the Mercedes driving past. You know what that means? We're going into game number 2. Thank you so much for waiting with us as we get into Rogue Warriors and RNG once again to look at that Rumble mid, which Kuro showed us only yesterday. Has the crowd given up?
They're just focused as we are. Now remember, just for everyone out there, we are live. They just had a long-ass delay.
Yeah.
They had a long one. So that's good for us. We actually get the entire series.
We got the fast pass in Disneyland. We just skipped right through that line.
Yep. That's what I like to see. But the Rumble mid lane, now that was something that I'm always interested in. People have always discussed, analysts always expecting that the Rumble could be a flex pick.
Yep.
But I mean, you see it in solo queue, just teams not willing to throw it mid. But the invade coming through early.
This is a 3v3, now 4v3. HuaTian, is he going to come in and help? The red buff's going to be taken over. It's secured by ZWuJi, actually.
That's really bad for Karsa.
Yes.
So if you go in through an invade, and technically he starts on even footing with the Rek'Sai, but, you know, at the end of the day, he's going to have to do this one on his own. I will say this, though. Even with that being, all that being put aside, ZWuJi is buffed up in lane.
Yes.
ZWuJi has himself a red buff early. He can take any trade he wants. He has that sustain on top of him. He's got added damage. He's got added sustain. ZWuJi, after coming off the last game where the sides of the map was split, is now not only in the same situation, but the enemy 80 carry has red buff early.
And 13 CS. I want to point out that while we're getting into Summoner's Rift, ZWuJi got 2 wards. So he was already elevated towards that level 2 mark. He hit it nice and early, and that's going to be a punishing lane for the bottom side. But we're taking a look at the mid lane runes in HuaTian. We've only seen one other Rumble mid in Kuro from BLG last night. So seeing the Comet taken into the Taliyah with Electrocute, but this is not good. We'll look back at the bottom lane because ZWuJi is going to die to first blood. ZWuJi is accelerated.
That's when ZWuJi just screams up into the air, open! GG next.
That's such a rough start.
He is so upset.
That could be the only lane as Rogue Warriors get baited into that top side. Holder has the support from Haro, but he has the flash. Seismic shove with the ignite. They need an auto to get him, but the heal comes through. Flashed on from Haro, the 1-for-1, but LangX is going to get on top of as well, and Haro gets a double kill for the Rek'Sai.
What a great turnaround. When it was all on Holder there. Holder just purely outplayed RNG, waiting on the Taliyah flick coming through. And then on top of that, was able to use his his Kingslayer to stay alive a little bit longer while trading through. So all of that done, and HuaTian reaps the benefits.
Well, let's have another look, because this will be the bottom lane first blood.
I don't think we need to see this one. We saw it fully. He tried to hide in the wave, and Ming just found him on the end. So that one was a pretty clean one off the Q on
This
Morgana.
one we do need to see again.
This one was great. So remember, it's the roam from Xiaohu early. It's not the jungler coming through. It was him trying to get the last flick. So not only did he move away from the flick, goes forward to get the Kingslayer. All of that, and allows Haro to be able to pick up the 2 kills for himself.
The double kill for the Rek'Sai means that LangX is able to get the response in the top lane while Haro now moves mid. Look at the roam that comes down from Holder. Top side of the map here, very active for Rogue Warriors, while the bottom starts to suffer, and ZWuJi only just dodging away.
What a life going up against the Morgana that's just making your life a living hell.
It's funny how for Rogue Warriors, when it was the full rookie roster, ZWuJi and Killua were the ones so successful here, much like Puff and Southwind out of VG Gaming. But this time, in this series, RNG have been punishing.
That's the dynamic. That's an adjustment that ZWuJi and Killua have to make. Last time they went up against RNG, you said it, they were a team that was so focused on the bottom side of the map that the Rogue Warriors junglers went to the bottom lane as much as RNG did.
Yep.
But this time around, Haro is a far smarter jungler, first and all. He has far more tools with Holder, so he's going to be going to the top side of the map a little bit more. So gets caught out here, but that's okay. He's going to give ZWuJi and Killua some time to push out here. So that's what I would love to see. Actually, Morgana's slowly pushing this one forward. So
With that much needed safety, Haro delayed in his back due to a nice little Tormented Shadows. Just going to make sure he's no longer there. Uzi's able to push out once again with a 20 CS lead that's continuing to grow. That's what happens when you start with red buff. It's happening in the top side as well. Small lead there for LangX. Look at where Karsa is though. Onto HuaTian, level 5 on the Rumble. You're going to find yourself a nice flail. Permafrost gets the slow. Shove him backwards. HuaTian sent to the skies.
And that's the combo. Held on to his flash on that one. Not much for you to be able to come out of that one with the lead unless you flash early, I'd say. It's just tough. Remember, the go-to combination that we saw from Invictus Gaming was the Gragas Taliyah.
Yep. Because
you use the body block, the body slam to combo with the flick. This time around, it just makes it far more easier if he gets the full proc on his Sejuani stun. Easy.
So also go much worse with
the
Gragas. This bottom lane, Killua's going to feel the burning passion from Uzi. Black Shield will help save him, but ZWuJi and Killua are out of there. They can't stay.
Yeah, they have to base at some point. At this point, the potions being chugged by ZWuJi can keep him alive a little bit longer.
HuaTian making the roam down. Rookie mid laner just goes for it.
That's a tough way to throw your ultimate. So a lot of people will try and criticize that one. If he sends it vertically, then, I mean, at that point, it's even easier for Morgana to be able to get that one out there. Yep. He was trying to just get them both. I think that's a fine ultimate to be able to throw down. He needed to use the damage. There's just no way you get any kill off that.
But if a fight starts up here, RNG know that ultimate's not available. So the downside to not having it available for HuaTian shown there. RNG, that 1,300 gold lead, not really stemming out of the mid lane. So even though HuaTian makes the roam down, he's good with CS at the moment, despite dying earlier to Xiaohu.
He has Haro around with him, so he can finally start pushing out the lane. That's the issue HuaTian's been facing. If he shoves out, then Sejuani gets an easy gang. He still has flash though, so there's that. That's still working on his side.
Surprised to see HuaTian on such a versatile pick as the Rumble. Versatile, not the right word. Such a tempered pick as the Rumble in the mid lane.
He's always kind of gone for, you know, more creative champion pools.
Yeah.
Remember, he came into the league and the way he beat RNG was off of his Echo. So he has a great Echo. On top of that one, the Yasuo played his assassin picks. He has a great champion pool. It's more so just the effective champion pool that matches up against the best of them.
I know mid lane still takes my curiosity, but the bottom lane even more so. This is just getting worse and worse. 30 CS now the advantage here as Uzi made it back, picked up the recurve bow. He already had the pickaxe from before, and now there's attack speed to go with that compounding damage on the Karsa.
And if you're wondering how Uzi always gets these absurd CS differences at 15, this is why.
Yes.
8 minutes in, humongous CS lead. And to be fair, he won't be getting like red buff at level 1s, but even still, constantly trading sides with enemy jungles on the bot side of the map, willing to give LangX the longer lane that he has to work with.
Yep.
And at this point in time, they're always able to get the most out of it. So I'm concerned for Rogue Warriors, recognizing how the bottom lane's been shaping up consistently between the two games, and not really having an option of being able to combat that. They go topside, sure. They can get LangX down, but his team fighting is great, so even if he's in a deficit, he can make it work. Here we go.
Xiaohu's made the roam down. Killua in a bad position. Seismic shove. They lock him down. They don't get the binding. They don't need to. Karsa ults in. Uzi just finds his way to slip through the stream, and ZWuJi underneath turret. It's still not over.
Not a lot of people here to help you.
And look, the jungle's nearby. HuaTian has his ult again, but he won't make it in time. Sends out the feathers. Ming's taking the turret. Sends another rock. Uzi's here. The auto goes over to Ming.
There we go. I mean, there's... Oh, my God. Help.
Nice ulti. HuaTian comes into the mid lane. He finds one. Almost finds the second. He does. He gets locked on down. A 2-for-1 trade for the Rumble. Okay, you'll take that.
Yeah, it definitely worked. The fact that he was able to make it happen. So, congratulations for him on that one, being able to get those 2 kills. Sad he couldn't roam earlier to be able to help them out, but that's just how life is, I suppose. But still able to trade.
Yeah.
Rogue Warriors able to keep up in tempo, giving gold over to Rumble. I'm still concerned for ZWuJi and Killua, though. They still have to go back to that lane.
They definitely don't want to. Xiaohu made his moment worth.
So take a look at Rumble, of course. Had an idea where the Taliyah was. And by the time the kill's gone, it looks like there's another kill
There's
happening.
no replay. LangX has been caught out. Void Rush is available, but not going to be
Get him.
taken. Karsa's here. Haro goes over the wall anyway and just backs away afterwards.
I was thinking if he had the, you know, lethality on his ultimate, if he was able to use his ult to be able to get the kill on LangX, but LangX had just enough HP, I believe, to stay alive, and there's a Sejuani right there. So didn't want to just be throwing himself. That, my friends, would be inking.
It's a 2-item Rek'Sai. He doesn't want to give over anything to the side of RNG, because right now, Rek'Sai, the Rumble, good parts for Rogue Warriors. RNG, you look at how good their parts are. Well, you see Uzi in the top lane.
Teleport!
It's going to be the start of it, though. RNG now have to get out because Holder's into the midst of it. Onto Uzi. He finds the stun. Killer Instinct's there as well, but the Dark Binding locks him down. Holder stole that one away. Ming, the sacrificial lamb for his AD carry.
Coming in and finally helping ZWuJi out here. They saw him a little bit, so the fact that they had seen that happening, but of course the teleport coming into the ward behind them, doesn't give them any ways out. I think RNG can still contest this, though.
There's a Glacial Prison. TP comes in. It's 2 for 2. Seismic Shove was perfect. Here comes the equalizer, but that red carpet sends up the worst of celebrities as RNG have already given 2 over to LangX. The Weaver's Wall on top of Haro. Karsa even flashes. Here comes the big piggy. And Haro underneath turret has to dodge away from the rocks, which he does nicely. But Holder wants to re-engage. He misses the re-negotiation, but finds it in the end anyway. Xiaohu flashes away underneath the turret. He dies in the end. Now for Karsa, his grand escape looks to be thwarted as well. Haro helps with that one. And for RNG, they can't lock down ZWuJi, so it's all over.
They thought they had the time. The wave being pushed in the top side, but they did not know when ZWuJi was coming. It wasn't a question of if he would come, but didn't have the timing down on that one. So Rogue Warriors still able to trade in a lot of these fights that have been initially working out well for RNG.
When they realistically should have a chance in finding them with the way Uzi's been with Xiaohu's roams. But that's big kills going over. Shutdowns onto people like Haro, HuaTian, even relief for ZWuJi and Killua, as mentioned before, that they can make their way into this game.
In my mind, a lot of these outplays are coming through because of Holder. He's able to keep alive for so long.
Yeah.
So, of course, this one was Rogue Warriors starting it off. Great flicks by Xiaohu. HuaTian stays alive for a long time. So to me, that's concerning because that gives a lot of time for them to trade right back. A lot of damage put down on Karsa. And remember, by throwing down the wall, you're alone until the flash comes through. So Karsa had to commit because the wall came through. And take a look at how large that wave is. So you're in for a long time. Holder, Haro, ZWuJi, easy kill on towards Xiaohu, and they can look to make it happen on Karsa too.
Just unlucky that ZWuJi didn't get the kill. The shutdown ended up going to Holders, so big gold margin kind of left out. You see the Protobell picked up there for the Sylas, and RNG, however, able to pick up the Rift Herald, so there's still more gold going to them, but the lead only 500 at this point against Rogue Warriors.
And I'm concerned for RNG. A composition with a Taliyah mid lane gives you a lot of damage in early game movement, but past that point, if we're just talking about raw team fighting, you need to put in work.
Yeah.
It is very difficult, especially if you have Rumble ultimate on top of you. Certainly the Sylas will be putting in a lot of work with Sejuani ultimate. It's everything, right? Like he can put in a lot with how much he's got. And a lot of burst damage too if the fight goes long enough. So I think Rogue Warriors have a better team fight comp. And I need to see what RNG can do with the lead that they have.
See when it gets initiated though, because for Rogue Warriors, that first item on ZWuJi is going to be crucial. Essence Reaver, of course, the direction it's going to go. But setting up for the Mountain Dragon, RNG in good space in this river, as it looks to be spawning in about 5 seconds or so. And they've got waves pushed, still control across Summoner's Rift.
Respectfully played by HuaTian on the bot lane push, but kind of awkward situation for ZWuJi, who has been put in a poor situation all game long. And he's, of course, if you look at his item, all recipes, still hasn't gotten his first item in the Essence Reaver. So, yep. I mean, when you're sitting on so much, Crit Cloak and everything, and you're just trying to find that one pick, it feels bad because you can't even get that early control ward with how slot inefficient this all is.
It feels so good when you're this far behind as an AD carry to pick up your first item, though. And that's what ZWuJi was trying to back for. It seems like Item should be there at the 15-minute mark after picking up some of this CS in the mid lane, but just trying to hold off from Uzi while Holder picks up the mid lane turret, and that's more solo gold. HuaTian forced a flash from the side, which shove Karsa was nearby, ready to knock him down.
Well done. He had to make it instantaneous. You saw Karsa essentially hovering over the matchup because of how he's been playing out the early game. So HuaTian's on to this nonsense, and he's calling for his team to do something.
There's no one between there and the river, or rather the mid lane. This vision that's still controlled by RNG. Once again, a red side that barely has any wards in it from Rogue Warriors because they've committed to the top side. They've got control where Holder is right now.
All right, 2v1 being set up in the top lane. They have a little bit of time. Now LangX is trying to get out, but here we go.
So Vanguard's edge, ready to be popped. He lands it down and predicts the flash. Holder, that was insane. They'll get the Void Rush as well. In a 2v1, Holder comes up trump.
Knew where he was going. Flash prediction put down. Holder is having a great performance this game.
Everything we wanted out of him and more. For Rogue Warriors, they lose the mid lane turret, but nothing compares to that. Even losing the bottom side, gold is still within their reach. And we'll look at this outplay once again.
And silence says so much here. Just take a look at this. Boom. Easiest hook of his life.
Wow.
This is what I was excited for when it came to Holder.
Yes.
Situations like these where he reads his opponent. If he doesn't hit him and Irelia goes to the left, then it's still a kill. He's still going in the wrong direction.
Yeah.
So he's able to, put it in the best situation possible. He still needs to get out of this one, though.
As we hyped him up, he needs to make sure that skill stays, and of course it's an easy escape for him as well. Now it's a bounty on his head, and for Holder, after picking up that kill, he set himself up nicely for his second item. And Haro helping him out. I mean, this top lane duo looking very nice for Rogue Warriors. Remember, this is the new element. This split that's come into Rogue Warriors, which was an all-rookie lineup apart from Killua, who was a rookie in 2018.
Yeah, and a big change is just the imbuing mechanics. Haro has the mechanics. On EDG, one thing he lacked was the experience and perhaps the shot calling to be able to lead his team in hectic situations. I mean, comparing to Clearlove, that's certainly going to be an issue. But he had the strength mechanically. He came from solo queue. That also goes with ZWuJi, with Holder. All of these people were known for being the stronger mechanical players than the person that they were coming in for. And so that's going to be exciting to see. It's a completely new identity from Rogue Warriors than what we had in the first split.
This is only week 2 as well, so you get even more excited for the prospects of what could happen later down the line, as Haro's already showing his aggression against LangX. Tries to get the deep invade there, but HuaTian is being responded by top lane, and he doesn't have a flash. He burnt it before. Unfortunate here for the Rumble, who takes out the wave with his dying breath.
There we go. That's what you want to see out of the man. Not so much the death, but...
Oh, but can you find the bottom lane now? Holder in the 1v1. He needs the help. He can't find it as Killua comes on in, but dodged away. LangX can make his own fancy outplays as he gets the 1v1.
LangX, the wolf, woo, in the top lane.
Actually has to flash over the wall. A mistake of the Weaver's wall as Killua now caught in between literally 2 rocks and another rock over the wall. LangX gets even another kill, adds it up to 5.
Yeah, Weaver's wall still being able to get that kill, so great from RNG. They thought that this was their weak side. They made the play on the top lane, and they should be, theoretically, less members to support the Irelia bot lane. But the outplay was there. LangX comes out trumps, and this is looking great for him.
Yeah. He's been performing so well since coming to RNG. Any fears about how he transitioned onto the roster?
Instant.
Gone, yeah. So night and day from what we saw from Amazing J in the start of the split, but very different players on that note as well. 5 and 2 Irelia, mentioned before. There's a Trinity Force there, Hex Drinker and Inventory. Still towards that second item.
And I want to talk about this now that we have some time.
Yeah.
Because just before the series began, they did have that retirement ceremony there for Let Me. It's really significant to be able to talk about the fact that not only did we have that retirement from ZWuJi in the top lane, not too sure what the status of that one is. We'll leave that one alone. But for Let Me, who essentially lost that passion, but has had such a massive impact on RNG during their huge golden run. Not only did the man win those championships, he won them chips, but he also has that Asian Games gold medal to come back home with. And while for a lot of the times if you come back to your family, they look at these trophies, well, he won't be bringing those trophies, but talking about all your accomplishments, that doesn't translate well. But if you come back with an Olympic gold medal, that says a lot.
That definitely translates well, yeah, that's amazing. Something great to end on. For LangX starting his own legacy here in RNG as saw a dragon picked up there. Now you're going to see a fight picked up in the mid lane. Killua caught out in the middle of it. ZWuJi can't save his life. LangX wants more, and the TP even expanded from HuaTian as RNG pull the trigger fast.
Yeah, the vision on the right side of the map just not there for Rogue Warriors. They don't feel comfortable sticking their heads out to be able to place these control wards they need. So at this point in time, they're just getting run around.
At least Rogue Warriors have the wave clear in the mid lane. They're going to be able to push this out and head towards the Baron, which is where RNG have gone. Haven't started it yet, though, waiting for the bait of RW.
Sejuani has been sitting on Kindle Gem for some time. He needs to go back to base to be able to at least complete the item. I don't know if she's going towards a... Uh-oh.
1, 2...
Get him now.
Holder.
Run, get him!
3. Xiaohu's been spotted, but that was the giveaway. Protobelt there. They flash on in there with the Glacial Prison. Into the Killer Instinct. He's gone. Everyone from RNG decides it's his turn to die.
Stop right there, criminal scum. Now we can go back to base and talk about what Sejuani is going to be building.
Yep.
I'm going to say Spirit Visage. Yeah, Spirit, yeah. I think I said it before the item was picked up. I'm just going to... Yep, I think I got it.
Not going to find out just yet, Raz. First, you're going to tell me exactly what happened here. Oh, HuaTian died in that replay, by the way.
Outplay. Tower shot, extra Q, ultimate, you're isolated. Galio ultimate takes too long. Not much you can say there.
True.
So, when you get hit by that Irelia E is when all things go to hell.
Yep.
Now, you're right, it was a tough spot for Xiaohu, so he needed to be able to flash out, but guess who doesn't have flash? Killua, you're in a tough spot.
Yeah. So that was quick, easy pickings there. That's how LangX got so bad as we return back. And RNG have started up the Baron. Curious as how the positioning got here, but...
Rumble is the key. But they've been on this Baron buff for too long. Uh-oh.
Oh, they've pulled off it. There's a teleport coming into the top lane. RNG, how's the positioning here? Rogue Warriors
Rumble
lock down
ultimate.
Killua. Again, he's been caught out. The Galio's dead. Once more, 0-5-1. Not the game out of the support. Galio's, that is a perfect equalizer. But can Rogue Warriors transition it? Ming has to walk over it. Half health. Rek'Sai goes in with the Void Rush, but it's too ambitious. In comes HuaTian and Holder as ZWuJi gets bursted down. Uzi's just having the time of his life. He'll get a Black Shield and he'll love it as Holder tries to run in with his own Killer Instinct. But Uzi just has his whole team behind him.
Man, that hurts for the Rumble. When I called out for the Rumble ultimate, I thought that would be a perfect time. If you're in that side of the jungle, that equalizer is the easiest hit of your life.
Yeah.
But he was silenced. He silenced himself because he had already overheated. So it's a bad timing, unfortunately. RNG get that clean sweep with a Baron buff, and now can come back to end this game.
7k gold lead, Raz, and I like the way RNG are looking here in this series. I like the way they're challenging Rogue Warriors, and it's not just about Uzi here. Xiaohu, great positioning, 6-2-8 now on this Taliyah with a Magi Soul Stealer.
Take a look at Rumble. Unfortunately, he silenced himself. That would have been a perfect ultimate to be able to layer down. He still gets it.
This was the second best.
But it's actually far easier for Karsa to be moving slightly to the right to get out of it. So it's unfortunate. They needed a lot to be able to get a win here. Great flick from the Taliyah to be able to nail down ZWuJi. This game is series, to be fair. It's actually pretty easy for RNG. They have been looking incredibly clean around their new top lane.
When Rogue Warriors still putting out the challenge. When RNG just looked that much better here, you can say that this is a team coming into the summer split that means business, that wants to return to that 2018 MSI form. Is it too early? Well, so far, so good. I think looking at week 2, you can look at this RNG and see how are they going to close out this game. Because that turret and the Colonel think that this is going to end here. As a Glacial Prison misses, the Seismic Shove does not, and Holder underneath the turret. Karsa goes forward. LangX kills him with the Vanguard's Edge. The carpet comes back out, but unfortunately, the rug is dirty. It's absolutely filthy, especially from Uzi, who helps clean that one up. Survives with the help of LangX. And now for the double that out of Sejuani is just too much to bear. RNG have everything going for them in game 2.
Just need to wait for the wave to come in so they can pick up that turret. Long death timers, 26 seconds for Haro. And that's what we're looking at, so looking to just end this game, I would expect.
10 seconds on Killua to try and defend this, but the Weaver's Wall there. Flash from Xiaohu, almost dies to the turret, but RNG, even with low health bars, are just showing their prowess. What a series from them. What a game again. And for Killua and the rest of Rogue Warriors to defend this.
Woo!
Can they with the Vanguard's Edge, Raz?
Oh, no!
It looks like no. Yes!
Oh!
Only just. It's not over just yet.
I'm the saddest man at 200 HP. One auto attack away from ending this one.
2019 LPL games have done that too many damn times.
Well, now you're just sitting there feeling sad.
The difference in this game, though, RNG, still got some turrets up. They're okay.
Now they can get these shoves off. Now, it's still a really bad situation to have yourself in. Take a look at the fight, how it all starts. A pick on towards the Holder, actually. Yeah, Holder gets picked out immediately. They can move in for the turret, but the dive is pretty easy. Once the Rumble ultimate comes through, they start leaning to the left side and realize that HuaTian's actually kind of fully committed to the fight. They can move to him as the next target. And so they're pretty long because they still have to wait for the wave, which is why, to be fair, I'm going to say this one. Because even though we ain't going to see it, and that's a good decision, the fact that the wave took so long that it had been completely cleared out, that made it so that Nexus turret wasn't fully completed.
Yeah.
That was one hit off.
All
so
right.
There we go. That's what I need to see.
Nexus is still bare. The inhibitor is still down in the mid lane. For RNG, it looks like finishing
Why
the
are we doing
touches
Cloud Dragon?
on this game. Because the Cloud will give us triple. There we go. RNG have 3 Cloud Dragons, Raz.
Easy. Just move mid, group up, end the game.
They're doing it with style. HuaTian might be caught out of position. He has to back away. Look at the flank here from Haro. They want to keep this game going.
Nice flank. When you have 4 members, they can just dive straight through.
He needs to get in now because he's so far away. The Vanguard's Edge goes on to ZWuJi in the backline while Uzi already took out Killua for RNG. The finishing touches are finally there. The ultimate finally comes down, and for Haro with the Void Rush into the backside, he's a little bit late to the party. He'll eventually take down Uzi, but is this Holders for the taking? Maybe it is. Rogue Warriors and RNG just clash, but Rogue Warriors are the victor.
What's happening, RNG? That's the second teamfight loss. RNG are getting slammed here.
Karsa's smiling, but I'm not sure why, because there are long death timers on the side of RNG, and Rogue Warriors are getting to the point where that inhibitor is going to be up.
Now, it's not going to result at the end of the game or an inhibitor. They still have to be able to get that parade through mid lane. Mid lane outer turret, mid lane inner turret. Then you can start pressuring towards the inhibitor turret. So still a lot of work that this team needs to do. And it feels bad for a team that's still clinging on. I feel like a lot of people have been in that situation in solo queue, where you're just like winning 3 team fights in a row and it feels like you're never making any progress.
And then if you make one mistake, it's over.
Yeah, and here's that whole point. I was being sarcastic about the flank from Haro. Never find yourself in a flank when a team can easily just push through to end the game. And they could have, but they decided to choose the fight. And you know what happened? Well, they just got completely burned out. And that's the difficulty of playing with a Taliyah in a teamfight situation where they can see the flick, they can look the position away from it, and very realistically, Taliyah is outputting 0 damage.
Yeah.
So that's the issue here. Now has 8 Magi stacks, so I mean at this point,
it's going downhill. Sell it to a point, maybe next time. But RNG might just wait for this Baron.
They definitely bought enough time for this inhibitor to be coming up. That they should feel pretty damn happy that they can now contest for this.
I will say there's a TP ward in the middle of base which hasn't been spotted out by a control ward.
Irelia's in position. They're trying to bait them into a Baron fight so they can teleport into the base and end it.
Holder is in the position to go back,
in.
but he's going to TP first. Here we go. The fight on the teleport. What do we want to look at? It's 2 versus 1 on the Nexus. Are they going to end or take the fight? Well, they need to kill Holder, but he's still so healthy. They're hitting the Nexus finally, Raz. Holder's trying to defend. This is the way it ends. RNG do eventually end the game, but it was a strange way to go.
We saw it happening, but there was nothing you could do